notice headshots. Pop, pop, pop goes the Weasels. And this is just the most perfectly timed flank we've seen thus far. Brilliant stuff for two, and suddenly it's man advantage for Heroic.
Hunter and Alexi still alive though, and the bomb is ticking away in the background. We saw earlier the first round G2 picked up was on the B side because Heroic were too slow. They took way too long, and this time maybe overzealous' refresh, trying to leap around the side, puts Tessis and Cadian in a bit of a lurch position now, and Cadian realizes this is untenable, especially as there's no kit that they have under possession. It's a nice effort, but G2 now, from a 5-1 deficit, have closed the gap to just one round.
This could be disastrous. I don't see anyone lurking as well.
First, we've seen the smoke a couple of times already, mollying the sandbags, just cordoning off that area. But Refresh is playing around the edge of the smoke. The spray is not on point, and m0NESY punishes him. Although heavy damage is inflicted, Refresh will feel like he should have done better there. And it puts the rest of his teammates on A, even though it is a bolstered up defense, into a bit of a lackadaisical position. They need entries, and they need them right now. And Hunter moves into the double peek from Tessis, and Refresh now going to be coming away from the grave. There's 10 seconds to go, and Cadian shows his hand with the AWP. Although Jax is keeping himself in this round, there's only 4 seconds to play with, has to tickle the bomb out, do a bit more damage. The headshot is crisp, but Shush still lives. The damage, though, is so heavy towards Heroic's economy to go, when he really had no right to get even close into that, and it was just time that worked against him. Still has 50 seconds on the clock to make some inroads up on B. That Molotov will be good to force Cadian away. He'll smoke down, so at least Jax now knows where one of these 3 players currently resides. Smoke in will afford him safe passage in the play on the generators. And now Jax knows where one player is. He now knows where both. He's heard the footsteps. This is a winnable round for Jax, but Tessis will dethrone him. Jax is having some big moments now in the last few rounds, but Heroic get this. Maybe not get one of these kills outright, but as soon as that first bit of contact is done, it may be good enough. But as you said, he's headed towards the B site here. That is leaving Tessis in the lurch. He's got a small angle on side. Now the mollies come in. That will give away the plan, the masterful play from G2, and Hunter, with his 3rd entry in the round, leaves it to m0NESY. And it was that decision that cost them so dearly. Refresh thinking it was B over A.
Not be expecting this great nade, however, taking him down at 53 points of health, and you got to remember, Hunter is on 16 HP. This could be very, very grim for G2, but the Cousins, we know how capable they are.
Oh, if there's 2 players you want in this position, it's these 2. So much cohesion and chemistry. But Heroic, they've got great positions, and the time itself is working against the Cousins. Refresh gets the drop onto Hunter, and Nico with 10 seconds has to go huge. The one tap onto Tessis is sublime, but it was a bridge too far. And Refresh was the ace up the sleeve they needed. The Danes will lead going through into the second half, but by the slimmest of margins.
That was played to perfection by Refresh, Vince. So many times you could see it going through his head. Do I peek right now? Do I peek right now? My teammate just died at the B bomb site, but he finds the perfect timing. He even walks in a little bit closer to ensure he gets a 2K over there. No way Jackson Alexi was on. And Hunter slowly peeling away as well. He knows that little element of surprise they had has swiftly dissipated. Aggressive stance from Nico in the meantime at the near the bottom of ramp as well. There's a bit of a standstill right now as Heroic, 4 members grouped up towards mid. This could be scary, because when you have these rifles coming up towards mid, so many angles where you can just get pincered by the CTs. And there we go, Nico just needs 1 bullet, and that's the call for them to head on towards mid. But they're going to be smoked off as well. Their avenue, you could actually split to A or towards B, but where do they go is the question.
Oh, this is looking menacing now. Heroic, they've gone back to the smokes. They know the CT's going to be circling them. And m0NESY puts the Deagle down range, but Tessis straight back in with 2 Galil headshots. And
Lexi B, Jax, Hunter, and m0NESY.
This could get a little bit tantalizing for G2, because they can now hear the stampede of T's pushing towards them, looking to try and gore the oncoming CTs. But the first frag is USP1. It's Lexi B who gets 2 USP headshots. And now Heroic with 24 seconds left. They're scrambling. They're desperately trying to get any kind of ground that they can onto the site. And now all of the CTs are moving in close proximity. There's P250s, the Deagles, and Jax has rattled the skull of Refresh. Stavn will at least put him down with the fire, but they still need to get the bomb across to the site. And look who's watching the cross. It's Nico, but he falls down, and Cadian clutching with just seconds to spare.
Going to be lobbed in towards Jax's position, but he will not be anywhere in the vicinity.
Mission here as well, though. The Heroic are all clumped up on B. As far as they're concerned, they may be getting flanked right now. They have so little map control, and now they're blotting out the entire site, trying to relinquish this from the CT's control. Annul the partnership that Jax has got onto the site with generators, and now mollies, flashes, and Stavn comes in huge, but the spray is good for Hunter and Jax, and these A1Ss starting to rip and tear the oncoming Ts. It's down to Refresh, spinning on the top, hoping for the best, crossing his fingers, and m0NESY puts him down in the dirt. And this is where m0NESY can certainly start to have more impact.
Will be popping any time right now. 25 seconds. The pistols at close range, though, Vince, could be deadly.
Oh, the Tech 9 is run and gun heaven. And Tessis and Refresh both have it. Here comes the aforementioned flashbang. Could be the difference maker if it can annul some of that vision. Nico gets hit with it plumb, but does turn his back, so it's barely affected, but it's enough to draw away the CTs long enough to afford and yield a bomb plant. And now Stavn has the clear angle. He's not being peeked from the boxes. He's got the perfect angle to repel this Hunter push, but here is a flashbang, fully lands in his face, and he will be sliced and diced by Hunter. That flashbang is on point, but Tess is still in with a chance. Still with a Tech 9, but not for much longer. And that flash was a thing of beauty.
Flash being lobbed in by the...
And Alexi, because of the timing, is now just going to draw away. Go back to that B site. Refresh, though, pushing in, may get a drop, and indeed gets the opportunity. But Jackson and Alexi lock it down, and now Hunter steps up. 3 kills back-to-back for G2.
Bombs down.
Is massive. And with a bomb down and made in only 13 seconds on the clock, it's going to have to be raw fragging, and m0NESY just silences Shush. Tess is stuck on the box. No real hope. No chance at clutching the round. We are tied up at 11 apiece.
The timing on Alexi B to just relinquish control of mid and just head towards a B bomb site for anyone. Nico looking to be aggressive. Again, Heroic down to just the pistols. We have the saved AK-47 for Tessis, and he will find Nico. That is a huge find. m0NESY with a hit and a miss, and now he's getting hounded down, Vince.
He has help, though. He has some supporting cast members. Hunter is there alongside him, so is Alexi, and it looks like the young Maestro will be safe after all. It was looking grim for a few moments, but that is... Alexi decides not to go in for that peek. There's Molotovs on 19 HP. Correct decision. Perfect crosshair, but the timing for Shush nearly works against him. And Jax is still alive. You mentioned that they were this B side, just wall that had been deployed, but that wall is now closing in on Heroic. And is Cadian able to step up to the plate and deliver with his AWP? He's been quite quiet on this T side. This would be a huge moment for the man to strike, but they're going for the full defuse underneath his nose. This sheer audacity from Alexi. The line dropped down to 46 HP, and Alexi will be jumping around the side. No way he's got a kill from that. I thought Stavn had that one covered. Imagine he transferred into a second. Sheer lunacy, but money could be coming up, and another round on top of it if m0NESY can strike. This AWP is still in the picture, and as he wiggles his way through the smoke, half the timer left. He does have a kit, couple flashes, but Cadian will nail him and make sure no second defuse is coming up on his watch.
They needed that round, Vince, and they do manage to...
Chipped away down to 39 off grenades, off wall bangs, off the sheer bullets, and a barrage of them find its way. But there's 23 seconds left to flash into the peak, and the weakened Nico has now been finished off. Smoke onto the site as well. A trifecta of CTs are laid in wait, but one of them has been dethroned. Hunter with shrapnel. m0NESY takes the shot, connects, backs away into the shadows, and allows Alexi to do the rest. 5 seconds to go. There's no grenades, though, to stop this plant. I don't think they can deny this. With 1 second, the bombs gets planted down, and Heroic managed to clutch it out by the skin of their teeth.
27 HP between the 3 surviving members of Heroic. It could not have been any closer.
Retake and clutch again, and Alexi Munacy is making moves through the scaffolding. Has the AWP in hand, misses the shot and could get punished. Nails him with the no-scope through the wall, however. But Alexi showing why he doesn't AWP too often. And now Jax has it all to do. Big frag down and Tessis on low HP. Just has to play the time. But he's not sure if Jax is holding on to this one. And Jax removes his head. He doesn't have a kit though. It's going to be close, but I think he has this one in the bag.
He's got it.
And G2 will be 15-13 in the lead.
What a round from Jax. What a round from Jax, saving his team, and so many times, Vince, it's come close to clutching these moments. Look at the lure coming in towards the B bomb side as well. They're pushing, they're poking and prodding both the extremities of the map. You can see Refresh making a lot of noise, drawing out the rotation. There's no one at the B bomb side, Vince.
Nobody in the B-bomb site, and Refresh is keeping them busy. Jax now will show his hand with a FAMAS. There's one. Can keep alive in the generators. 23 seconds to play with KD misses his shot, but Refresh is nullifying the rest of the CTs. And Alexi, with just an SMG by his side, has to go above and beyond, has to become a hero, but there's no fairy tale ending just yet. Overtime is coming right up.
Nice fucking choke.
Did he say let's fucking choke? Oh, sorry. F-bomb.
Many times does miss this one time though, but in a way in which he can just retreat back again. Tessis gets aggressive, and his head has been removed. And with all of that early bobbing and weaving between the two teams and this jockeying for position over ramp, Refresh and Cadian were tagged in the process off HEs and stray bullets. Shush though making moves up on the B side as Jax doesn't matter, still wins that trade. This Shadow betrays Jax and he still comes out ahead. A player that's come under so much scrutiny over the years, but he's having one hell of a performance here when it really counts. And with 25 seconds left on the clock, G2 may have the two-player advantage, but Heroic still have opportunities. Refresh through the smoke, perforates Nico, eviscerates him out of the round, but now the player around the corner of Hunter is going to show his hand, and the A1S will sing victory once more.
Again, time betraying them. They had to make a little bit of haste to deploy the smokes, but the positioning there.
Lived. He knows he's encircled by T's. He knows he's living on borrowed time, and Shush will collect. Hunter and Munacy, the only two remaining straggling CTs, and Cadian is watching the back. Munacy should be a dead man and gets nailed in by Cadian, leaving Hunter 1 versus 4. He's being flanked, he's being pushed and probed from every single conceivable angle. And surely he goes down to the hands of Tessis. They don't get clean swept in the first OT half. It does give them a little bit of a lifeline here for the day.
Jax is running through the flames, hoping to catch CT off guard. Dawn, his crosshair was straight on him, he didn't budge. Monacy though, looking to find Cadian. But Cadian, he finds a kill, but he will be traded. The trades are fast and furious, and Heroic are coming out on top.
There are Alexi's last man standing, and he's way back in spawn. Even damage exchange pretty much between him and Stown, and that is not a good enough engagement on the side of G2. They needed a clean kill to get them back into this one. Instead, though, it's looking good for Heroic to tie us up. Alexi about to get fragged by Shush, and 17 apiece. It will rest. Keep in mind as well, Blair, that most of these rounds have gone the way of the C2. They need some entries, and they desperately require them. Right now, 20 seconds to play with. Munacy darting past the flash, out comes Tessis, but it's an even trade. That is good enough for Heroic, and it just got that little bit sweeter as Cadian goes back in for another. Jax, who's been having a great game so far, is pitted against the world. There's no time, the bomb's not under control, and these are just consolation frags. The round is done. Heroic have a match point of their own. Good to go. It's down to G2 if they want to cut it short. And then wrap Heroic with it, get into a second OT. The aggression is forthcoming, flashes are back and forth, but the trade is good for the Danes. They go 2-1, and now Jax, Hunter, and Munacy have got to try and hold on to this. Got to try and repel this push. Beautiful 1D from Munacy, but that's where his life will come to an abrupt end. And now Jax and Hunter have got to pick up the slack. Great spray from Hunter, keeping them in with an opportunity here. There's still plenty of time as well, but one of the two players has to go back and pick up the bomb, and that's a few seconds. And a pair of eyes that's going to be away from the danger zone, and that's Refresh on the con side. They're double stacking this one, but a big headshot from Hunter, and now Shush is last man standing. Have they spotted him? Well, now they definitely know his position as the headshot comes through thick and fast. And Shush puts it out, nailed the coffin. Heroic have battled against the odds, come back, taken OT, and made this match.